Hey, what is up everyone? Welcome back to another video, and on Sunday I went to C3AFA Tokyo, so I'm gonna share some of the sights and sounds of what I seen with you guys right now. I mainly went to see the Gundam kits, but I took a look at some other things as well, so here we go. So right in the door I was greeted by the Kadokawa booth where I saw these massive headed chibis. I don't know what they're from. Life-size Ram and Rem, and if these are life-size, these girls are midgets. They also had an anime figure of Sei's mother from Gundam Build Fighters, which I thought was an odd choice for a figure. But this is nothing. Wait till we get to the garage kits, then things start to escalate. A wall where you can congratulate Gundam 00 on being 10 years old. Still no master grades though. This girl right here that seems to have given up on life. As well as that, we've got these awesome chibis of Godzilla. These look so good. We've got some standard Godzillas as well. I love the chibis more. And these cool little metal Gundam models. Nice to see Barbatos getting some love. A whole bunch of Mega House's variable action figures. Quite a few now. An old bald dude and his waifu out on a beautiful little date. All of Aniplex's anime figures throughout the years. One thing that is pretty cool about this event is that they have the prize figures that are coming out this year on display. They also had some Haros that you could catch, but I never got a chance to try. A bunch of Gundam games you can try as well, including the Gundam Pods as well as Gundam Versus. If you played Gundam Versus, you get this cool little Haro balloon, but I didn't want to try it. You know I suck. If video games aren't your thing and gambling is, they had a whole lot of pachinko as well, including Gundam pachinko like what you can see right here. So Gundam and gambling. And just in case the stress of all that gambling made you go bald, there's also this thing here which is called Success, which is a kind of like baldness curing shampoo they have here in Japan. So with Success you can cure your baldness as well as win this cool little master grade. So this is a Success exclusive master grade 3.0. Take some classes on building Gunpla from Meijin Kawaguchi himself. And now moving on to what you and I were both waiting for, and that is the Bandai Hobby section. First off, this Broly is sick. And then we have But even for me, it is hard to not admit that they're getting a little bit better with it. This new Fumina is not that bad looking at all, but it's hard not to notice that they're totally ripping off Frame Arms girls. And next up then we have some of the new kits from the new Build Fighters projects, including the Reversible Gundam here from the first Battle Log episode. I've never built Reborn's Gundam, I've always wanted to, but this is now my chance with this cool new version, and so far it looks really nice. But on saying that, I am really hoping that this and the Kerudem Gundam saga aren't all that they have planned for the 10th year anniversary of Gundam 00. These are really cool kits, but they are based on the older kits, so may not be the greatest. In honesty, all I want is the master grades of the Season 1 Gundam 00 kits. That's all I want, not these. Of course, I do think that they look really nice, but not as nice as this coming up right now. The Psycho Gym is the coolest thing that came out of the recent OVA. And the fact that this is Premium Bandai really sucks. I don't like buying from Premium Bandai myself, and it's harder from outside of Japan, but this thing right here, it's so awesome. It's just so awesome. Up on show as well was the amazing Zaku with its interchangeable hand parts. We've also got the Accelerate Jinx. If I haven't sounded enough like a 00 fanboy at this point, I definitely am. This looks cool, the colors are awesome, and as usual, this is definitely going to be a day one purchase. We also had some P-Bandai kits. The only one that was really interesting was this right here. That's the Sandrock Kai. Some people might not like the plastic cloak, but I think it looks absolutely perfect. And onto the upcoming big releases, and first up is the real grade Johnny Raiden Zaku. And as an Irishman, I have to say that the name Johnny Raiden is pretty fucking funny. But besides that, for the most part, I do expect this to be very similar to the standard real grade Zaku. I've never built it. I've always meant to, I probably won't, and I'm going to build this one instead. But it does look nice, not digging the white line stickers, but it still looks pretty solid. This one I don't know why it was put in with the big releases, because this is the Titty Gundam. And if you don't know what I mean, this is what I mean. So next up then is the latest Master Grade announcement, and that is the Gym Sniper Custom. I'm going to assume this is based on the standard Gym Sniper that came out a couple of months ago, and if it is, I'm pretty happy about it. That is a really underrated Master Grade kit. It's so good. Actually, I don't know if it's underrated or not, I just assume it is, because it doesn't seem to be getting the amount of respect it deserves. It's a great kit, and if this is based on it, it's going to be great as well. Pre-order this guy, it's going to be good. And next on the list is definitely one of the hard hitters from the Bandai booth, and this is the Master Grade Double Zeta. Personally, when I hear transformable kit, as well as it being a Verka, I'm starting to shudder in my boots. This is going to be the worst review of the year by far. I'm pretty sure it's going to be an awesome kit, but if you've ever built a transformable Verka before, you know exactly what's going to be like. This is going to need all the techniques you have in your model kit building bag of tricks, because it's going to be a plastic hand grenade. And of course, next up then is the high resolution Wing Gundam Zero EW. This thing looks like it's going to be fantastic. I know the last one, the Barbatos, wasn't the greatest when it came to posability and general quality of the inner frame, but this looks good, and I'm hoping Bandai has learned from what they did the last time. That was their first attempt at it, and they've shown before, just like with the Fumina kits, that they do get better. As they go along, they get better. Gyanko looks okay, not that bad. But this thing right here, even if it doesn't move around that well, it looks fantastic. The articulation does look really good. Like, this thing is crunched down in a really nice pose. The wings look fantastic. They're nice and gloss, which looks really good against the different kind of textures of the mobile suit itself. All in all, this thing right here is shaping up to be the quintessential model or figure of Gundam Wing Zero EW. There is a contender coming up really soon, and I'm not sure how it's going to turn out. Hopefully I can review them both. I really want to. These things are expensive, so if my sponsors can't really come through, then this may not happen. Hint hint, nudge nudge, give them to me. Pretty please. Anyway, the next thing right now is, what is its competition? It's funny that Bandai has competition within its own companies, because Tamashii Nations and the Shizuoka factory that make Gunpla aren't the same companies, so it's quite interesting. But anyway, this is the Gundam fixed figuration metal composite Wing Gundam Zero EW, and as well as the other kit, this thing looks phenomenal, and I'm not sure, it may even look that little bit better. If you don't like building kits and you want a sick ass Wing Zero EW, this is the one you're going to be wanting. From the fixed figuration metal composites I've seen so far, they're pretty damn fantastic. And I've only seen one, so that's not a lot to go on. But honestly, my chances of reviewing this are next to zero. I don't think this is going to be provided to me, so what can you do? Go annoy HobbyLink, tell them to give it to me. Anyway. And then there was the Gundam Cafe booth with the best t-shirts! And finally then onto the garage kits, and I will mention right now that from this point on, there might be bums. So if you are easily triggered by bums, please click away now. Anyway, from in this section, all I can tell is that Lacus Clan has been getting those back alley butt injections, that's for sure. A bunch of different Gundam girls in various states of undress. I don't even know what most of these are, so put them down in the comments and let me know who is the best girl. By the way, this guy right here just cock-blocked me from my girl Gyanko. I think he's saving that one for later. Also, I am at a complete loss as to what to say about this. You know, so there seems to be a bit of a toss-up whether Rinko or Gyanko right here have the most of these kind of fan-made semi-naked figures of them. So you guys can do the math for me, I'm not going to count them, so write down there in the comments who wins. Is it Gyanko or is it Rinko for the most amount of quasi-naked anime figures? By the way, nobody gives a fuck about China. Figma-sized sword art Skull Reaper, epic unicorn heads and cockpits. These were not for sale, they were so cool. Absolutely astounding, huge Gundam paper crafts. These things were so nice, so beautiful. Of course, we had more Rinko. I don't know what these things were, but they were too awesome not to film. Again, we have more Rinko, this fantastically detailed model of Vidar's helmet, another model of Rinko, so I guess she's winning at this point. Some awesome resin Gundam model kits, I wish I could pull these off, but I can't. An absolutely huge Saber, models of Apsalis 2 and 3 which will fit with your high grades. And without a doubt, my favorite things from all the independent booths were these awesome little figures of Orga and Mikazuki. These things were perfect. But then, these absolutely perfect 1/100 scale models of Mercurius and Viet from Gundam Wing. I think these were just conversion kits for the tall geese, but they were perfect. Then there was some weird cosplay go-go dancing Madokas and more of these amateur pornographers. And then I got bored and hungry, saw a curry Zaku as well as a curry Gundam, and then got interrupted by this big, obnoxious, noisy stage. Got pizza though, wasn't great. A weird, dancing, mushroom penis guy, and then pretty much I got tired and was about to leave, but I noticed I hadn't gone to the Volks booth yet, and they also have a frame arms girl, mecha girl inspired kind of thing. This is for their range of kits called Vlockers, like the one you're seeing right now. That's what they look like with the parts attached, and pretty much it's more of that same mecha girl type stuff. And that is pretty much it, and I guess I'll just leave it at this. And of course, make sure to come back for more quality content. See you next time.